Okay, good. Okay, so you're going to be choosing from 4. I mean, really think about your best one that you want to talk about. Okay, so go ahead and bring up your memoir piece, and then what I want you to do is make a copy, and then let's rename it. Let's do that right now. Okay, rename your memoir piece to the final memoir. Final memoir piece. Okay, and then let's adjust our settings, our shared settings, to anyone with the link can comment. Okay, so choose the one that you want to expand on. Okay, and then I guess we could just real quick, okay, in the chat, okay, I'm gonna drop this in there for you. Go ahead and click on it. So you should actually have bookmarked the sample paper. Okay, so everybody see where the sample paper is? Okay, and I'm going to just remind you that I expect the format, what it looks like, to look exactly like this. So the heading, which is in the top right-hand corner, that needs to be correct, okay, for your final. So I'm just like making sure that you have all of this right now. Okay, on the first page, you have the heading, right? The heading is where there's your name, my name, the course, which is English 9, and then the date. Look at the date, everybody, because if your date is not correct, you're gonna lose points. Okay, remember, it's day, month, year. Spell out the month. No commas. Everybody clear on that? Look at the title. The title shouldn't be bolded. Some of you guys are being fancy and bold and italicize the title of the memoir piece. Make sure that it's just centered. Okay, and the whole thing should be 12 font. Okay, we good on that? Everybody good? Okay, so you can get out of there. Did you guys bookmark this? You guys need to bookmark it because it's really important. Okay, so as we go through, let's go ahead and click on the revising your mo'olelo section in this week's module. So I'm just gonna talk stories with you guys a bit about the journey we've been on as far as our writing journey. So the last 5 weeks or so, we've worked on a couple things. And that first couple things is, first of all, descriptive writing. And we wrote through the scents, the visuals, the sounds, right? So basically the five senses. We've tried to be as descriptive as possible. We've tried to create these pictures so that the readers can really be in the moment with you. Yeah, you try to allow the people to be with you at the beach, or be with you at Waiuli, or be with you wherever your story is being told. If you look at number 3, we kind of worked on metaphors. There is that, I just embedded a quick video for you guys if you guys needed to review more figurative language, but really that's beating a dead horse, right? To go over similes, metaphors, imagery, personification, and hyperbole. And there's a couple extras like oxymorons and things like that, but you guys can watch that video after. We talked about sentence variation, okay? And in the video, we talked about 5 different sentence variations. Let's do this, okay? You guys have your notebooks? Let's go ahead and take notes. So revising, go ahead and write down revision notes. Revision notes. Hayden, that's pretty interesting. I spy your backpacks hanging on the wall. Interesting. Nice. Decorative. Okay, here we go. So revision notes. Go ahead and write couple things down. So focus on sentence variation. Sentence variation. So that video that you were supposed to watch, you better have watched it. If not, go back and watch it because they explain a lot. But there's two types of sentences that I want you to focus on. The first one is prepositional phrases. Okay, so in the chat, I'm just putting those in there. So the prepositional phrases like in the morning, yeah, prior to the sunset, yeah, things like that, prepositional phrases, yeah. They're sometimes called adverbial phrases as well, okay. At the edge of the cliff, my toes grip to the rock, right? Anybody jumped off at South Point before? Don't do that. That's dangerous. Don't do it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm momming you guys right now. Don't do that. Okay. Next, the other one that I want you guys to focus on is the positive phrase. And the positive phrase is the renaming phrase. Okay. So let me just say, I'm going to just write like, my grandma, comma, the best, okay, so this is the example. Okay, so in the chat, if you guys look, you guys can go ahead and write down that example. My grandma, comma, the best hugger ever, comma, always blah, 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 right? So what this, a positive phrase does is it adds in another detail. It helps to rename, okay? And that's what I want you guys to do. You can rename things like your favorite place, right? So when you talk about your favorite place, right, you can say, whatever that favorite place is, comma, my glass castle, comma, right? Was created just for me, that kind of, okay? So I want you guys to focus on those two types of sentence variations because those two will help you to change the beginnings, okay? Questions? Get them. Okay. All right, next. We worked on dialogue. Oh, you guys and your dialogue kill me. Okay, so some of you guys lost points on your your third memoir piece, which was the open topic piece, because you forgot to put in the dialogue. Okay, when I call out things to focus on, like dialogue or transitions, I expect you to use them. If not, why are we even pointing them out? Okay, so in the dialogue, so go ahead and write the word dialogue. Okay, so in the dialogue, this is the important part. Okay, start a new paragraph with each new speaker. Okay, so, and no S words, right? In meaning said, says, and stated, right? We want to use you need to Google the list of words other than said, right? And we found out that there's a bunch of other words besides says, okay? With your dialogue, you need to make sure that if you talk and then your brother talks, you have to start a new paragraph. Okay, and then you talk again, you start a new paragraph. Then your brother talks, then start a new paragraph. Okay, every single time. Indent, indent, indent. Next, we worked on opening and closing, right? So let's do this right now. Some of you guys didn't upload your assignment for the opening and closing activity because it was like you found out that you couldn't submit 2 assignments on 1 assignment or something like that. So what I did was I broke up the assignment so that you have now a place to submit the opening and closing activity for 10 points, and then your final memoir piece is a separate assignment. Okay, so can you guys go back into your modules and upload that right now? quickly. My other class had a hard time doing this because I don't know what happened. So Caleb, can you tell me if you have the button to submit? Okay, go to your modules, go into the opening and closing activity. Can you submit your assignment there?
Yeah.
Okay, Alicia, you too? Okay, make sure you go and do that right now. I'm giving you time right now to do that because I had to change the way I had you turn it in. Josh, where are you? Okay, how are we doing? We done? You guys good? Okay. All right, next thing. Okay, let's go into our selected memoir piece that we're gonna revise for today, for this week, okay? Go ahead and click on that. And then in the chat, what I did was I have posted the directions that we're going to do. We're gonna be working with partners. Don't even ask to be partners, you two. Okay, all right. What we have here is we have a partner, just a quick partner working period. So you're going to read your first paragraph of your selected memoir piece and then your last paragraph, okay? And then you're going to be that one true friend and you're going to just rate your partner. Was it engaging? So I meaning was the beginning part engaging? Was it memorable? And then at the very end, your conclusion, was it inspirational? Okay, nobody should get a 5. I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, okay? If you're gonna be that one true friend, you gotta be honest and be like, you know what, that was kind of boring. Yeah, or there might be other ways to make this better, all right? So here we go. I'm not sure where Josh is. Bummers. Okay, so everybody ready? Hayden, I'm gonna work with you. Hi. All right.
Hello.
Go ahead and share your screen so that you can read to me your first paragraph and your last paragraph. Because I don't know where Josh went.
Oh, he's supposed to be my partner?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he set you up.
How do I even? Usually there's a button for share screen, right? Oh yeah, wait.
You gotta like go over the Zoom screen.
Can see it? You can see it?
Yeah, can you make it bigger? So, because you know, I old, I can see.
Oh, like zoom in more?
Yeah, just zoom in a little bit. Okay, go up a little bit. I want to see like your. Okay, looks good. Hey, look at that MLA formatting. Cherry. Okay, go.
Okay, the water was blue. Usually Hilo Bay looked pretty brown and sad, but today was very sunny. I watched the waves break from my seat at the bandstand, trying to tune out the talking voices. A subtle breeze grazed my face. It was gentle, and brought my attention back to the kahu, my uncle.
Okay.
And then
Oh, interesting. Wait. Go back up.
oh,
Let's do some like real like. Okay, first of all, brother man, Hilo Bay should be capitalized. I don't know if you want to call it Hilo One, but that's the real name. What else? What else? I think that's genteel. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, cool. I like that we're looking at like descriptive language here. Okay. But I think I would rate that like, 3.5. I think there's something that you can. Okay. All right.
then my last paragraph.
Yeah.
My heart squeezed as I immediately
Oh.
immediately knew the feeling. I wonder what Uncle Kahiki would think about my feelings right now. I knew I was wrong, just a part of God's big this was just a part of God's big plans. I had to trust in him.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, let's first of all capitalize God, and then you need a possessive apostrophe. Oh, there we
That's
go.
an Okino.
Yeah, okay, brother man. Okay. All right. I think that there needs to be a little bit like an expansion of like your reflection or your insight. Yeah. I mean, it's basically like, oh my gosh, I need a conclusion. Just write it. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I was pretty
you're
tired at this point, so I was just trying to get it out.
okay. You rushing me out the door here. I wanna like like how you have that one auntie who can't stop talking, and you're like, "Okay, auntie, I see you later," and then he just keeps talking. That's not what we want, but we want to have a really good ending, a really good bye, a really good goodbye. Okay, so I see that you have this. I don't know. This is personification. My heart squeezed as I immediately knew the feeling. We got to expand on what this is. Okay. Is it like a good feeling? Is it a cringe-worthy feeling? What kind of feeling is this?
I was trying to like bring it back to the breeze in the beginning.
Okay.
Like,
Is it a comforting feeling then? Is it a gentle
just
reminder?
yeah, I guess. Like that presence,
Yeah, totally. Like kind of like when you finally are aware. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or like,
I guess.
or I guess, I don't know. That's what happened. Like when you finally, like, you're supposed to be there
Oh,
at that moment. Yeah. Like you're
you
supposed to be
like
there.
froze for a second.
I know. It says I froze. Okay. So
Okay.
it's like when, or am I good now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. So it's kind of like when you know that you're supposed to be exactly where you are at that moment. Yeah. Something like that. Okay. So we need to expand on that. Yeah. I think that because it's not expanded, then it doesn't provide that insight or inspiration. Okay. But I think this is an opportunity for you to really focus on what this moment means to you. Okay. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and revise. For you, it might be more than one sentence. Okay. Okay. So go ahead and do that. Then I'm gonna jump into another group. Okay. Ken?
Yes.
And then, yeah, update your date. So it should be the 23rd. Okay. All right. Good.
At Sherwoods down the road from our grandparents' house. The shoreline was filled with pieces of plastic and empty bottles, some of which were glass. The beach was dirty and seemed unfitting to swim at. However, this did not stop us from jumping in some killer barrels.
Can you share your screen with us, please?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
You want an oatmeal cookie?
Oh, those are my childhood favorites. That's the one I would choose. That and Oreos. Okay, let's see. Okay, go ahead and update today's date is the 23rd, I believe. Okay.
Yep.
And then go ahead and write Miss Kapatu. MS period space. Okay, very good. Okay, so Alicia, if you had to look at his title first of all, how would you rank that? Engaging or boring?
It's kind of boring, bro.
Yeah, okay. All right. My first time bodyboarding, body surfing. Might as well call it boogie boarding. Okay, so maybe you can find a comparison for that. Okay, so go ahead and just make a note or something like change update. Yeah. Okay, let's look. Strong currents, storm debris, and lots of Portuguese man of wars. Yeah. Ooh, where is that? Oh, I know where that is. That's where they're protesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Bellows.
Oh, okay. Let's look. Yeah. You know what this is not doing though? Is it's not giving us a visual. Okay. So maybe like, I don't know, what does it look like on a beautiful day? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Grandparents need apostrophe after the S because it's plural grandparents. And then lowercase g. Oh, you see I guess that's the following sentence. The shoreline was filled with pieces of plastic and empty bottles, some of which were glass. Okay, so that, right? I mean, what does that look like, right? Like come up with something more creative, like what? Confetti of irresponsibility. Confetti of irresponsible, something like that, right? Because that's kind of what it looks like after a while, like kind of like confetti. Okay, go down to your closing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, is that your, should I go up a little bit? Can you make it a little bit bigger? Okay, so you see how big this paragraph is? You probably have to break it up, yeah? And then the closing needs to have its own. Yeah, I think it might even be missing a conclusion. Should I go down? Back. Oh. I would have never thought. Okay, right there. I would have never thought. That should be the start of your last paragraph. Yep. Okay, now we got to expand on that. Okay. It's not giving us very much to like be inspired by. Yeah. There's no like, oh, right. It's just kind of like, okay, bye, I gotta go. Bye, grandma, love you. Okay. It's not like, okay, thank you so much. Like you're rushing us out the door. Okay. So this, you probably need more than just one sentence to make it right. Okay. All right, Alicia, did you finish yours or? Okay, let's go ahead and share your screen so we can check it out.
I fell asleep last night doing it.
Ah, don't wait to the last moment.
I have a problem with that.
What?
Waiting
to the last moment. Yeah.
Yep. You know
Okay.
how much I procrastinate? Like, oh my gosh.
I can't help you with that. You're gonna have to help yourself.
Mhm.
Okay, so what is it? Just that?
Yeah.
No, which one is the one that you're choosing to redo?
Oh.
To revise.
Dang. This is so confusing. Okay.
Why?
Mm,
You have to select, you
I'm
have 4 and you select the one that you want to revise for your final draft. So did you even create a final, so you're supposed to make a copy and title it final memoir piece.
oh, okay.
Stay on top of this.
Okay.
Okay, and which one is it?
I guess we'll do this one.
Alicia, you're killing me softly, man. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's look. Oh, the Calvary Gym.
Mhm.
Okay, read it out loud.
Calvary Gym. Walking into the gym with my friends by my side is something I'll never forget. I remember the first day we were waiting at middle school bus ramp for the cheer coach to escort us down to Calvary Gym. As we waited, we were asking continuous questions to former, oh, I got to change that, to cheerleaders from the year before. We made it down to the gym and immediately started putting out those musty old mats. As we put them out, you could hear shrieks from multiple girls as some type of bug crawled out from the mat. Whether it was lizards, frogs, centipedes, or cockroaches, someone was always screaming. No matter how much I hated the high-pitched screams, I would give anything to be back in the gym.
Oh, can't we start this with no matter how much? That last sentence, maybe that's the start, you know? Okay. Kalahikiola, what do you rate this, engaging wise? Is it engaging?
Yes, kind of.
Okay, and you're supposed to rate it. Like 5, this belongs in like some publishing company, like it needs to be published. 1 in meaning you gotta do it over again.
2 or 3.
Yeah,
2.5.
I'm thinking 2.5. Especially with the move with no matter how much I hated the high-pitched screams, comma, I would give anything to be back in the gym. Right? Because that says, that makes me say why. What? Right? Why? Are you guys really walking into the gym, or are you like prancing around? Are you like a flock of birds just chirping away as you're walking in there? Like there needs to be more to this, right? Middle school girls don't just walk into the gym. They're usually chirping, they're usually whispering, they're usually giggling. I know. I taught middle school for 10 years. I know that. Yeah. Or they're like too busy rolling their eyes or whatever it is. Okay.
That's so true.
Yeah. Or they're usually in some kind of pissy mood. It's either one or the other. It's not in between. It's either they're super pissy or they're like, oh God. Right. So draw this picture for us. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Go down. Go down to the last part. That's it? Kuma's already down the page. All right. Don't worry, I can read this for myself, these 2 sentences. As we move into a new year, comma. Do you hear that slight pause that needs a comma? As we move into a new year, slight pause, comma. There we go. All right. You're giving me nothing. It's like you hung up the phone. You don't even like say bye. All right. So we got to get into this more. Getting back into the groove of cheering our boys and girls on while they win more championships. Oh my goodness. Might as well just slam the door in my face. I mean, it's just kind of like you gave me nothing. Okay. There needs to be more to this story, clearly. Okay. It needs to be, you need to grow this story 2 to 3. You gotta explain why. why is this story worth telling? Okay, because right now it's kind of like, this is like my third best story I could tell. But why is this the number one choice? Okay, you don't give that to us. There needs to be more. Okay, I know you're a pretty good writer, Alicia, so this was really just like throw it together and get some points. Right? Just
I
nod.
really don't like writing. I really don't like it.
You're pretty good at it though, considering you don't like it. So figure out a way. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're going to go back to the main group because I don't know what happened to the other two. I'm on mute. That's so awesome because I said it like 3 times. Oh my gosh. Caleb, were you able to meet with Kahele Aulani? That's the 4th time now. So,
Yeah.
okay, good. I love repeating myself. I especially love it when I'm on mute. It's so fun. Okay, where are the other 2? Where are they? I lost them. All right, so let's go ahead and start preparing for the next thing that we're doing. And that's going to be the first word count. So go ahead and get into your notebooks. Okay, and then let's start a new page and write first word count at the top. So what I have here is in the chat, I've given you guys the directions. Okay, so we're gonna I'm gonna set you guys up for this and we're only gonna do the first paragraph together and then the rest you're gonna do on your own. Okay, so in your notebooks, you guys ready? Hayden, you good? Okay, so in your notebooks at the very top, write down first word count, write today's date, which is September 23rd. Okay, and then go ahead and number your page. Just go ahead and number 1 through 20, skip lines. So write the numbers on the margin, right there on the margin, just write it on the left-hand side of the margin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way down, skip lines. Okay, go ahead and do that. Okay, how are we doing? You guys good? Okay, we are only going to do the first paragraph because it's pretty self-explanatory after that. All right, so let's go ahead. Number 1, that means first sentence. Okay, so go ahead, write down the first word of your first sentence in your notebook, and then go ahead and count all the words after that. Okay, so it should look like number 1, the equals, I don't know how many words you have. let's just say you have 24, 23, and then you have a period at the end. So in the chat, it should look like this. The equals 23, and then a period at the end. Okay, and then your second. Okay, go ahead and write down the first word in your second paragraph, second sentence, and then equals, I don't know how many words you have, and then ending punctuation after it. Okay, it should look like that. Okay, just do your first paragraph. If you're waiting, you can go ahead and draw a line after the first paragraph. So you might have about, I don't know, 4 sentences for the first paragraph. After that 4th sentence, draw a line and then continue. Okay. Josh, how's it going? Okay, how's it going? You guys done at least with the first paragraph? Give me a thumbs up if you're done. Okay, awesome. So you're gonna do this throughout your entire memoir piece, okay? But if you guys look at the chat, I'm just gonna show you guys what you're looking at. Okay, everybody there? Look at the chat. Okay, so if you look, this would be like my first paragraph. There's 4 sentences in each paragraph. What do you notice? Kalahikiola, what do you notice about my 4 sentences in my first paragraph?
They all start with the.
Right, and that no can. Okay, that you're going just like bore me to death. Okay, so that would be something you would go back and change. So you see how this works? It's pretty cool. It's a pretty straightforward way to revise your paper. Okay, next, what else do you notice? Alicia, tell me something you notice about this.
How is there 46 words in one sentence?
Okay, mahalo for that. Right, so if you have a super big number, chances are you have a run-on sentence. Okay, even at the 9th grade level, I still come across entire paragraphs being 1 sentence because they forget to add periods. Okay, and like if you had to read one giant paragraph in 1 sentence, you would pass out. Okay, so if you have a large number that says, you know what, you probably need to add some punctuations and break up the sentence. Okay, but is it possible to have a large sentence? Yeah. Okay, if you have a compound complex sentence, then you probably have a bigger number. What we want to see, okay, so write this down in your notes. We want to see a variation between first words and length. Okay, now the last thing you should see, you should notice is this. We have also a sentence. Look at my number 4 sentence. Yeah, there's only 3 words. Okay, every once in a while you should throw in a shorter sentence, especially if it says something like that was the last time or something like that, something provocative, something important that needs to be said real short and compact, right? That's dynamite. Okay, however, if you have something that's only like 3 or 4 words, it may be a fragment. Okay, so that's why the numbers are important. Okay, and then one last thing. Kaheleo Lani, what do you notice about the ending punctuation marks?
It's the same. Oh, it's like all just periods.
Yeah, so when you have all periods, what those are declarative sentences. Declarative in meaning they're just stating things, right? We need to have a change up, so go ahead and write down, look at ending punctuation marks. Ending punctuation marks are not, it's just an indication that maybe you need to have an exclamatory sentence or a question, right? An interrogative sentence, or maybe even a command, right? So if you're talking to your mom or your dad, and let's say you're writing about that first and last time you forgot to cook rice, chances are you're gonna have exclamatory sentences, couple bleeps in there maybe, okay? So what I'm showing you guys is this easy way to revise using the first word count. Okay. Now you see where the numbers are. You have 1 through 5. Okay. So after you're done with the whole thing, what you're going to do is you're going to go back and you're going to label certain sentences based on what's in each sentence. So you're going to label the sentence that has figurative language. You're going to label that on the left side of the number. Does that make sense? So like, let's say my third sentence has a simile. I'm going to say FL for sentence number 3 on the left-hand side. And the reason why we're going to label it like that is because if you don't have any figurative language, then you probably need to add at least 2 examples of figurative language in. Okay, and then the other one is DL for descriptive language. So anything that's dealing with the sensory language. Okay. I know, okay, clearly, I've been an English teacher for 20 years. I know that talking about writing is not the most exciting thing, but what is exciting is when you finally write a really good sentence and you're like, holy smokes, I can't believe I wrote that sentence. And that's the kind of moments I'm wanting you guys to have with writing. Okay, so that's why you get to choose the memoir piece that you're writing about. Pay tribute to that moment in your childhood that you want to blow up here, okay, that you want to make known. Okay, so hopefully you also add in the insight of important insight, maybe important lessons you've learned. Okay, but please don't say it like obvious, like, and this is why this moment is important to me. Like, say it in a different way. Okay, that scar on your knee, that was a trophy, right? That was a memorabilia, right, of the time you caught the biggest wave ever, right? Okay. All right, Alicia, can you take your hoodie off? Thank you. All right, let's move on. Okay, so you're gonna do this for the rest of it, right? For the rest of your assignment, for the rest of your memoir piece that you've selected. Okay, as we move on into our modules, okay, I'm gonna just share my screen with you guys so that you guys can just look at this and then just take notes as I'm talking you guys through this, please. Okay, so this is your final memoir where you're going to be submitting your final memoir piece here. Okay, make sure that you submit just that one memoir piece. Make sure you set your settings so anyone with the link can comment. Because if I can't look at it, then how am I going to grade it, guys? Okay, and then I'm going to have to track you down and make my life easier, please. Okay, next. I'm gonna take that. Actually, yeah. So it says you're gonna select one memoir piece to revise. You're gonna copy and paste the selected memoir into a new document twice. Why? Because I wanna see the draft underneath and the revision up top. Does that make sense to you guys? Everybody clear on that? Okay. I need to see an improvement. If you just copy and paste and submit, I'm not gonna grade it. Okay, so be clear on that. I have given zeros just because they thought, oh, I just turned in the draft, and I'm grading a final draft. So if it's a draft, I'm not grading it. Okay. All right. Next, the first thing that is the requirement is that it needs to be somewhere between 2 and 3 pages. If you go over that because you got something to say about it, then fine, do that. Number 2, add figurative language and 3 membean words. 3. So you might want to write that down. Okay. 3 membean words. And as a side note, you still have 3 membean sessions this week. Next, add a dialogue in there. Okay. Add the dialogue. Okay. So I'm thinking somewhere between 6 to 8 exchanges. So if you have 2 people talking, they're going to talk 3 times each, at least. Okay. Everybody clear? Nod, 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 nod. Okay. And then you're going to add 2 to 3 pictures to tell your story. Make sure that those pictures are relevant. Don't just choose a picture just because you think it's nice. Okay. And then number 6, this is the important part. Read your memoir aloud to a family member for a final review. Ask your family member for feedback. Okay, this is important because as you guys all found out when you read your memoir, beginning and ending, you've already started finding mistakes. Yeah, so you gotta read it out loud. On the last page of the memoir, whomever you helped, whoever helped you, I want you guys to add their name. Thank you to Mom for helping me with my feedback or something like that. Okay, so pay tribute to them. Okay, so add their name to the end. Okay, so this is the rubric, and I want to be very clear about this rubric because I'm hoping that you guys all can get the 30 points. So first of all, the length and the number of pictures. Okay, that's really easy 5 points to get. Next, 2 to 3 details of figurative language. So right there's your examples of figurative language that you could use. There needs to be a dialogue. So again, it doesn't have to be too long, but make sure you have a dialogue in there. MLA format. Okay, make sure. I think we already made sure that the MLA format is intact. Okay. Descriptive language, so use of the 5 sentences. And then last but not least, some of you guys need to work on this. Okay, the voice of the story. So voice is important because this is your story that you're telling. So your personality should come out in your story. Okay, it should come out in your story and it should sound like you. Okay, and it should sound like the people in your story. Okay, anybody have questions on this? This is where you're submitting your final draft. Good? Okay, next. So, we're going to be transitioning. So this week, your load is kind of light because we're in between units. So I really want you to do a good job with writing the best final draft memoir piece that you can. Okay, so basically what I've assigned you for homework to prepare for the next unit is that you're gonna have to watch a bunch of videos. Okay, don't tell me that you can't do this because I'm sure we've all been down the rabbit hole of looking at cute dog puppy videos or major wipeouts or something like that. And we watched like 10 videos in a row. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So what we have here is we have us preparing for environmental justice unit. So we're going to be writing a research paper. Okay, so I'm just giving you guys a heads up. We're going to be preparing by looking at, first of all, the sustainable goals. So when you click on this, I just want to show you guys real fast. Everybody paying attention, yes? Okay. So goal 14 for the United Nations Sustainable Goals is talking about conservation and sustainability, sustainable use of ocean, seas, and marine resources. But if you look on the right-hand side, okay, there's other goals pertaining to environmental justice issues that you guys can take a look at. Like, for example, climate action, life on land. If you guys are interested in like what's happening way deep down in the underneath the ocean, That's really interesting. That's where our filet-o-fish comes from, right? When they drag those giant nets across the ocean floor and they wipe out all the life underneath, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love filet-o-fish, but that's not good for our oceans, okay? How they fish it out. So this right here, sustainable cities and communities, this is a really big topic right now. There is a future in trying to solve the problems of like living on an island, being totally dependent on the barges bringing in food. Okay, if you guys wanna make a real big change in Hawaii, this would be one of the topics that I'm pointing out. We need people to figure out how we can be sustainable. Okay, important to look through this. Okay, so there's that. Let me go back to this. Okay, so I need you to look at that first, because you need to really figure out what is it that you care about for your environmental topic. I'm going to really, I'm sure you've talked about Aloha Aina units all the time, right? From middle school. Okay, but now I want you guys to really focus on maybe something that you really care about, because it could potentially be your profession. Does anybody want to work for DLNR? Anybody want to do any type of environmental justice stuff? Okay. So start thinking about that. So what you're going to do is, let's go into our notebooks and write down, okay? Go ahead and get into your notebooks and write down environmental justice videos. Okay, and then let's set up our 2-column notes already. Yeah. So this is straight out of middle school, right? We've done 2-column notes, Cornell notes, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so the first video that you're going to be watching is called Surfing in Hilo. Okay, so when you do your 2-column notes, I'm expecting you guys to write down some important takeaways, okay, facts, maybe statistics, and memorable quotes. You got to write down the title of the video and who said it, because what you're doing is you're creating this bank of facts or quotes that you can use in your research paper. Okay, this is just our starting point, so we're building our background knowledge. So if you guys look, you have 5 videos to watch total. This is your homework, okay? And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be watching 1 and 2, plastic pollution, okay? So, and then number 3, if you click on that, number 3 is this playlist. Okay, and you look through this playlist and then make sure you write down the title and then gather information. Okay, that's all you have for this week. Okay. Anybody have any questions? No? Okay. All right. Kahelel, Lani, go ahead and tell the class what they have to do for this week.
They have to do the, what is it called? The first word count.
Okay.
They have to finish the like final essay or memoir.
Final memoir. Yeah.
And then watch like 5 of the videos and take notes.
Okay. And then what is the last thing that you got to do before you come back? Membeing.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Okay. All right, we good? I'm going to end class early so that you can finish your flip grid. Okay. Make sure you respond to at least 2 classmates. Okay, and if you notice a classmate doesn't have a response, be a good classmate and respond back to them. Okay, maybe you respond back with a question, maybe you respond back with a hako or something. Okay, all right, we good? Okay, so tomorrow, hang on. Tomorrow you should be working on this revision, right? Okay. I know there's some of you guys who are super good at procrastinating, okay? Keep yourselves on the schedule because you cannot be making the same mistakes your second quarter, okay? You're not going to survive. Especially in my class, you're not going to survive if you don't turn in your stuff on time, okay? All right, email me if you need help. Okay, Josh, can you stay after if you're here? Okay, bye you guys, take care. Josh. Josh. What's up?
Hi.
What's going on?
Nothing. I
Okay.
for like I went to pee the last couple minutes, and then
Okay.
so what happened?
We finished class. You're gonna finish your flip grid.
Okay.
Okay, but hey, you have quite a bit of work to do. Yeah. Okay. Brother man, you going to make it or what? You going I don't know. I'm really worried about you.
Yeah, I'll finish it.
Okay, like your work, like where's all your memoir pieces?
I have
You
to
follow?
finish them.
Yeah, you should have 4 already. And you should have chosen 1 that you're going to be revising.
Yeah.
Okay? You have to have the draft at the bottom and then the final draft will be at the top. And what I'm going to be comparing is the changes you've made. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. What else? I mean, like your grade's horrible looking.
Yeah, I know.
I know. I mean, are you not worried that you have a 39%?
I can bring it up.
When? I mean, your first quarter grade probably going to be an F. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And I think in other classes you're not doing well either. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is preventing you from getting good grades?
I don't know. Just procrastination probably.
Okay, you got to get off that ride because it's not bringing you anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
More sleep. I should probably get more sleep.
Okay, what are you doing that's preventing you from getting more sleep?
I don't know. I just go to sleep late.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I just have problem sleep.
Oh, okay. You exercising?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, make sure you go on that run so you can tire yourself out, you know? You're a teenage boy, you need to exercise. Okay, what
Yeah.
else? You get plenty kulyana at home?
Not as much. No.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed. I don't see like your siblings popping in and out of your video.
No.
Okay. So you gotta buckle down, okay? Like what was middle school like for you? Did you get good grades?
I had decent grades.
Okay. You know the game changed though, yeah, and you gotta step up here. Okay. Okay.
Hello?
Hello? You know that high school is harder, so you're gonna have to step up, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And then if you need help, email me, but please open up your email properly. Aloha e kumukabatu or something like that, yeah? Not, oh, what is this for? Like, what? Okay. So let's make sure that we're working because I mean, if you just take a break, like you cannot take a break anymore. Like your grade is ugly, okay? And you're messing up your GPA for like later on down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what are you? Are you a baseball player?
Yeah.
What do? You play baseball? You want to play in college or something?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be nice. Okay. I mean, yeah, you need good grades to even get into college, so you gotta make sure you work hard, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's do this.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.